What is up, YouTube? We are back again with another PSA Slab reveal. This one was kind of cheating because it's two of them, but this was the only card in the first one. We got Aaron Judge Color Blast. Roughly kind of ranges from $600 to $1,000, I would say, than PSA 9. Next up, we got these cards that sold. This Luca sold on eBay, Gold Shimmer for $250. T-Law Blue Ice, $45 on eBay. Sold this card to my buddy Andrew, little Sweet Draymond rookie. PSA 10 for $150. Another one on eBay for $45, Dame Dollar. We got Caitlin Clark on the PSA 9 Ice, $120. Will Clark, I don't think there's any relation. Maybe there is, I don't know. $85 though on eBay. And last but not least, we have a Nick Bosa Color Blast. This one sold on eBay for $175. In the other part of the order, I think it was roughly around 100 cards. We got baseball, basketball, football. We'll start off with football. I know that's what most people like. If you don't care for it, feel free to skip ahead. We got a PSA 10 on the Genesis Michael Vick. PSA 9 on the Dak Prescott passing the torch auto. That Genesis was roughly $85. I believe this whole order is probably roughly around $15,000 worth of cards, roughly. Some questionable ones with 101s, you never know. We got 120 on this Dak. I always do the last three comps. I do the average. Pretty sick looking card, especially an on card college jersey number. Just kidding, don't judge me for saying college jersey number. I know that it is, but you know. We got a Mahomes on the yeah, that's kind of hard to say. Moments out of 50. Raw did 111, 114. Give it a little bump for being a PSA 9 on a thick card. 50 out of 50. This next one was the biggest card in the order. You got a PSA 10 Bo Nix Kaboom, pulled on the channel, I believe. Those are the last three comps. Call it $1,800 value. Got another Kaboom, bought this at a local card show. $450 value. Got a Justin Herbert Absolute Auto. Kind of weird comps for alt. Like a PSA 9 did 160 out of the 2022 year. 160 to 200 is probably where this one's at, I guess, but maybe more. Never know. I think Harbaugh has the Chargers in a good spot. Got a Saquon Zebra PSA 10. Had this one at $150 value. Got a Jaden Reed die cut Zebra PSA 10. 120 value. Got a Tyler Lockett PSA 10 on the case hit. $40. Jonathan Taylor Select Gold PSA 10. $90. This Fred Warner is a little funny. The guy bought it for me and then canceled. He bought it for $145. He said he didn't see the $83 comp, but there's also comps where PSA 9 does at least $100, which is kind of funny. His comps are all over the place. He's an all-pro. Just always going to be a fan of someone on the best player on the team, defensive-wise at least. Got a Josh Norman PSA 10. This one's only $50 for the former all-pro. Got Tyreek Hill on the Color Blast. $330 value. Here's one of those 101s where it's kind of tough, you never know. Raw did 500 on eBay. I call it 6 in a PSA 9. Debatable. I think it's a cool card. I like collecting 101s. Got a Keon Coleman PSA 9. This one's only $95. This one's going to be an interesting one. Could be the most, I don't know, profitable, maybe is the word. Rod does 218, 510, 196. I think the 510 is pretty high, so I'm calling this one 500 bucks. Bought this card for fairly cheap before he was, I think it was right after they lost. So people were a little low on him. I forget who they lost to, where they got bumped out of the playoff, but you had Kenneth Walker, 90 bucks for a PSA 10. Pop 1, I believe. Pretty cool card. You got a Brian Branch, PSA 10 checkerboard, 65 bucks. You got an L Jack, Mr. MVP himself, PSA 9, 595 bucks. You got a Lamar Jackson, PSA 8, 380 bucks. Got a Jordan Love, PSA 8. Sorry, folks, 390. Donruss, they beat me up on a little bit, but I think this is where it gets a little better. We got PSA 10 on the TO. Goodness, 450 on that one. Got a Kelsey PSA 10 for 550. And then we got a Kelsey PSA 8. This one was 330. This is a cool one. I love these Super Bowl signatures. They're on card, and it's always Hall of Fame type players or just super impactful people on that team. Rod did 75, 55, 53. Called it 75 for a PSA 9. Can't really tell, but it is a thicker card, so I'll take a 9 on that type of texture card all day. Got a Jim Kelly, 140 is what I called it. PSA 9 did 42 and 58. Pop 1. Got a Brett Favre, PSA 9. 98 bucks, 135 raw, and then 57 raw. I kind of figured it's about $100 raw card, or $100 value. Got a Howie Long PSA 9, 55 bucks to just split the alt value. We got a Donnie Mitchell, 30 bucks, same thing. Tops can be a little rough, not a ton of comps on these cards. We got an Orange Wave Randy Moss, did 75 bucks, I believe. Should probably check that, because that was, I believe the raw comp was 26 bucks. Got the GOAT out of 150, PSA 9. 50 bucks raw. I just called it $50 in value. We got Dan Marino, PSA 10 on the Sonar out of 99. And that one I split the alt value, called it 50. Then we got the Magenta Dan Marino, PSA 10 out of 399. Called that one 40 bucks. Off to, let's go basketball. The baseball last, since it's the in season for baseball. This is a cool one, the X Fractor of Rip Hamilton. I believe it's out of 299 or 288, right? Yep, 288. Split the comps on this one, called it 190. Alt had it super low, which is really weird. The 150 comp was pretty recent, so you'd think they would honestly have it higher. We got a Magic Johnson, 2008 and 2007 were like my favorite Topps Chrome years. I love the bubble letters. It was when I was collecting the most as a kid. This one's out of 499. Called it 50 bucks. These are what 10s did. I feel like there's quite a bit of room there for potential crack and resub. Card was pretty clean. We have a D Wade out of 99. Called it 30 bucks. Split the alt value. Another one-on-one here. We got a Fast Break Nimhard. Here's some raw comps. I believe this one might have been a 9, but raw comps of some recents are NBA Hoops did 500, Nebula for 550, and then Deca 900. I know that's a premium set. I know that's, I don't know. I feel like it's probably a $350 card. I know it's in the middle of the playoff hype and he was doing good, so we'll see what happens. Hopefully they can beat the Thunder. Got a Kevin Durant Neon Icon. We got $100 on this one. Here's the raw comps, 65 and 120. Another Pacer, we got Ben Shepherd, called it $30. We got a Kevin Garnett Deca Auto. I had this one at 400. PSA 9 comps, raw did 625 and a non-auto did 385. So for 15 more bucks, you can get an auto. Got a Ja Morant out of 249. Had this one at 15 bucks. It's only a PSA 9. Still good, don't get me wrong. We got a Klay Thompson on the SSP, 180 bucks value. We got a Logo Man, or the logo I should say, 70 bucks. That was raw, and this was an old PSA 9 comp. It's probably my favorite card in the whole order. We got a Steph Curry Black 101. There's some crazy comps on this. I don't know what I'd value it at. Probably in that 1 to 2,000 range for an insert, but man, it is a sick card. Got a Steph Curry Color Blast, 300 bucks on this one. Got a Kevin Durant Color Blast, PSA 8, 160, just a little less than a 9. We got a Mattis Prism Manga. They had weird values on the mangas, as you'll see on this next one. That one didn't have a comp, but this Tim Duncan had a comp. Had it at 142 value. Literally just sold for 250. Don't know what they're looking at. I low vault generally, but it's been a little funky. Got Tyrese Maxey. These are PSA 9 comps, called the 8, 100 bucks. We got a LeBron James Presentations, 90 bucks on this one. Pretty cool for a case hit. We got another SSP on the Dream Catchers, cool looking card. There's 2 comps at 115, 110. I just called it 115. One of the best to ever play. Not a fan, but gotta respect them. We got Steph Curry on the Blue Wave PSA 10. I want to say this one was numbered out of 99, yep. And this one was 75 bucks. His PSA 10s on numbered cards usually be right around there. So I did not split the value on that one. We got a scope on the Wimby, kind of cool when you can see that low look on the Hoopla. 34, just called it 35. I think I paid 40 for it raw, so that kind of sucks, but can't predict him getting injured that way. Another kind of rare short print here. We got a Dalmatian Kawhi Leonard. Only raw comp was 70 bucks. It was a while ago, so I called it 100. Yeah, Dominique Wilkins auto, 60 bucks on the average of these. So PSA 9 was doing 50, which is kind of interesting. So I don't get why certain players don't get love. We got a De'Aaron Fox Genesis PSA 8, just 20 bucks. And last but not least, we got a Vlad Guerrero Jr. PSA 10, 90 bucks. Mason Wynn. Called this one 60. PSA 9 on the out of 99 did 52. This one's at 25 for a little bump. Got a Bobby Witt Prism green scope out of 75. This one's only 25 bucks. We got maybe the next Mariner great, potentially. Cole Emerson, Sparkle Foil, PSA 10. 75 bucks out of 199. Always love prospecting Mariners, just as you'll be able to tell from a couple of these. We got Feldman, Anti-P, PSA 10. This is out of 75. Rod did 70. SGC 10 did 75. I'll put this one at 150. Just someone wants to buy it, I'll sell it, but wouldn't mind holding on to prospects. We got Feldman PSA 9 out of 75. Call this one $50. Just divided it by the PSA 10 by 2. We got a Shohei Ohtani PSA 9 O Snap refractor. PSA 10 did 350, which called this one 160. Got a Bobby Witt Gold refractor PSA 10 out of 50, $80. We got Ozzie Smith PSA 10, 130. We got another Ozzie. I love the on card and I love Finest. So PSA 9, $60 on that one. And this is a really cool one. We got a Miggy out of 10. PSA 9. I feel like they did me dirty, but it's all good. $200. There's a raw comp for $375, which is pretty bananas. This is a cool one. We got a Bobby Witt PSA 10 blue refractor for $300. I always used to think when this set first came out that was a print line. Nope, part of the design. We got a Vlad Senior PSA 10. This card's only like $60, which is crazy. Got a case hit Julio Rodriguez 1955 anime PSA 8. This one's like $80. Just compared it to raw. More Seattle prospects. PSA 8 bummer, but it's out of 150. Called this one $35. I know this guy's got a lot of hype around him. Out of 199, about a $60 card. I don't remember where I got this card. It was like, it looks pretty cool. Don't know who it is, but PSA 10, and it's like a $50 card. Should have two type Pete's here. We got the base and the refractor 10. Out of $4.99, and it was about a $100 card. And then we got the base, and this one's only worth like $25 roughly. Got the Aiden Miller. They did me dirty on this one. This one was pretty clean, I thought. Out of $4.99, $115 value. Got a Walker Jenkins PSA 9 out of $250. This one I had at $280. 340 comp was pretty sweet, but probably in the middle of spring training or something. Got the Churio Brothers PSA 9 on the gold out of 50. Sick card. This is a $200 card. We got this Jack out of 75 on that in action. This is a PSA 10. This is before the call up. I had it at 250. There is one on bids right now, and I think it's already I'm watching it. It's like around the 250 mark already, so that'll be an interesting one. Might put that to the side. Might even be more. Got a Tamar Johnson Red Shimmer PSA 9. Another weird one. The True Red did 200. I don't know if this was, I gotta check that too, if that was raw or graded. Did 34. Just called it 50. Got a Mason Wynn on the Aqua. Love the Aqua out of Bowman Chrome. And Topps Chrome, I should say. PSA 9 did that. Doubled it, called it 45. We got a Gunner and a Cal. Two of the Orioles, probably all-time greats eventually. PSA 10. And 105 is what we had the value at. We got the Lawrence Butler Ray Wave PSA 9, $115 value. This one will do well for me at local shows. We got an Edgar Martinez Orange Refractor PSA 10 out of 25, about $285 value. This is another one that's on bids I'm watching. Beautiful auto. On card out of 50 on the Legends PSA 9. And I had it estimated about roughly $300 in value. Got a Corbin Carroll out of 250 PSA 9. $40. Got a Ken Griffey Jr. If you think you know what this is numbered out of, you don't. Because it's not out of 5, it's out of 25. Kind of cool. Some weird comps on this one. Rod did 123. I had it at $130 value. Got 2 Shohei 50/50 blue refractors here. We got a 9 and an 8. The 8 I had at 105, matching the raw comp. And then the 9, 130. This was just a terrible listing. I don't know. Sometimes I think eBay needs to have like a little intro for people. But then the last 3 cards come out of Cosmic. We got PSA 10, Bobby Witt, Nebula, $125 value card. We got a Ronald Acuna. Dude's just absolutely killing it. Off injury. Crazy. $120. And what better way to end it off with a Mariner PSA 10 Julio Gold Interstellar out of 50. 9's due about 40 bucks. Called it 80. If you stuck around and watched everything, I truly appreciate it. Have a blessed day. Peace.